While you've been watching prices rise at Walmart, something far more disturbing has been happening behind the scenes, and it's about to hit your wallet harder than inflation ever did. Right now, as you watch this video, 20 everyday products that millions of Americans depend on are quietly vanishing from Walmart's shelves. We're talking about basics like toilet paper, laundry detergent, coffee, and cleaning supplies, the kind of stuff you buy every single week without thinking twice. But here's what makes this truly alarming. This isn't about supply chain issues or temporary shortages. This is a calculated, systematic elimination of bulk-size products that have saved families hundreds of dollars every year. And it's all happening by March 2026. In this video, you're going to discover exactly which products are being discontinued, why Walmart is making this move despite the impact on your budget, and most importantly, what you can do right now to protect yourself before it's too late. This information isn't public yet. It comes from confidential supplier memos, distribution updates, and inside sources at warehouse facilities. The evidence is undeniable, and missing this window could cost your family hundreds, even thousands of dollars per year. Welcome to Crisis Horizon, your source for uncovering the economic shifts that mainstream media won't tell you about. If you want to stay ahead of changes that affect your money and your home, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a warning. Now let's expose exactly what Walmart doesn't want you to know. To understand what's really happening, we need to look at the strategy driving these decisions. Walmart isn't just randomly cutting products. Internal supplier communications reveal a multi-layered restructuring that has three very specific goals, and none of them prioritize what's best for you as a consumer. First, they're maximizing profit margins. Here's the thing about bulk sizes. They deliver more value per unit for customers, but Walmart actually makes more profit on smaller packaging. Even though those smaller packages are less convenient and more expensive for you, they generate higher margins for the company. It's a simple calculation on their end. Sell you less product at a higher per unit price, and their profits increase. Second, they're optimizing shelf space. Larger packages take up more real estate in stores. By cutting them, Walmart can stock a wider variety of items and brands, even if each individual item sells in smaller quantities. From a business perspective, this makes sense. From a consumer value perspective, you're losing access to the most cost-effective options. Third, and this is critical, they're prioritizing their store brands. Anything that competes directly with great value, Walmart's private label, is getting cut quickly, especially if it offers superior value to customers. This isn't speculation. Termination letters, distribution notes, and warehouse observations all paint the same picture. The bulk packages you rely on are vanishing, and the alternatives will cost you significantly more. Now, you might be wondering why Walmart's own brand would benefit from eliminating competition. Think about it this way. When you walk down the aisle and the bulk size of a name brand product is gone, what are you going to buy? You'll either purchase a smaller, more expensive version of that brand, or you'll switch to great value. Either way, Walmart wins. If you buy the smaller name brand package, they make more profit per unit. If you switch to great value, they make even more, because they own the entire supply chain. This is what's called a power play. By systematically removing products that offer superior value, even if customers are loyal to them, Walmart eliminates the competition that keeps their own prices in check. And here's what makes this particularly concerning. We're not talking about niche products or specialty items. These are household staples that families depend on every single week. Let's talk about what this really means for your wallet. When Walmart cuts bulk sizes and forces you into smaller packaging, the per unit cost increase isn't small. We're looking at jumps of 20 to 75% across different categories. That's not a typo. For some items, you'll be paying nearly double per ounce, per load, or per roll compared to what you pay for bulk sizes today. For a typical family of four, this compounds fast. If you're spending an extra $1 here and $2 there on every household staple, you're looking at an additional $50 to $100 per month in grocery costs. Over a year, that's $600 to $1,200. Money that's coming straight out of your budget, not because of inflation or supply chain problems, but because of a deliberate corporate strategy to boost profit margins. And here's what most people don't realize when they're standing in that aisle. The sticker price might look reasonable, but you're getting far less value. The human brain tends to compare the total price, not the per unit cost. A $10 bottle of detergent seems cheaper than a $20 bottle, even if that $20 bottle contains 3 times as much product. Walmart knows this, and they're counting on it. Now let's get into the specifics. These are the 20 products that are disappearing from Walmart shelves and why each one matters to your household budget. Let's start with paper products and essentials, because these are items you absolutely cannot go without. Bounty paper towels in 12 packs and larger are being phased out by March 2026. Right now, buying in bulk gives you significant savings per roll. After the discontinuation, you'll be forced into smaller packs that cost 75% more per roll. Think about that for a moment. If you use 2 rolls per week, which is pretty typical for a family of 4, that's over 100 rolls per year. At 75% higher costs, you're looking at spending an extra $75 to $100 annually just on paper towels.
Beautiful thing about paper towels is they don't expire. Store them in a dry space and they'll stay perfect for years. Buying a year or 2 supply right now isn't hoarding, it's smart financial planning. Scott's 1000 toilet paper is another major loss. These are the bulk rolls where 1 roll equals 4 standard rolls. Value shoppers swear by this product because it offers tremendous savings and you have to change rolls far less frequently. As Walmart drops this size, you'll pay nearly double for smaller packages. And just like paper towels, toilet paper stores indefinitely. Having a 2-year supply insulates you from panic buying situations, we all remember what happened in 2020, and protects you from price spikes. Charmin Ultra Soft in the 30-count Mega Roll package is also on the chopping block. Toilet paper is always in demand, and mega packs have been the gold standard for protecting against shortages and price increases. Losing the 30 count means each individual roll costs far more. This is another compelling reason to stock up while you still can. Now let's talk about laundry products, because most households are doing multiple loads every single week. Tide liquid detergent in the 150-ounce bottles is vanishing. Walmart wants to push you towards smaller containers and pods, which cost up to 75% more per load. Let me say that again, 75% more per load. If you do 8 loads of laundry per week, which is pretty standard for a family with kids, that's over 400 loads per year. At 75% higher costs, you're spending an extra $200 to $300 annually. Bulk liquid detergent is incredibly easy to store. It doesn't expire and it offers unbeatable value. Plus, here's a secret. You can actually stretch it further by using smaller amounts per wash. Modern washing machines are far more efficient than older models, and most people use way more detergent than necessary. Gain liquid fabric softener in 105-ounce bottles is disappearing too. The largest size currently saves over 25% compared to smaller bottles. If soft laundry is important to you, storing a few extra bottles is simple and the savings add up quickly. Downy fabric softener sheets in the 240-count box are also being cut. Dryer sheets in bulk boxes save both money and trips to the store. The product is basically expiration resistant, which means you can safely buy multiple boxes for long-term use without any quality concerns. Ziploc freezer bags in the gallon-size 200-count box won't be returning after current inventory sells out. Bulk freezer bags are incredibly versatile and essential for food storage, meal prep, and organization. They last virtually forever if kept dry. With Walmart dropping the 200-count, you'll pay more for the exact same bags in smaller packages. This is one of those situations where the value difference is stark and immediate. Glad trash bags in the 140-count box are facing the same fate. Trash bags are non-negotiable. You need them, period. Bulk packs have always offered consistent savings, but with Walmart curbing the large count boxes, expect to pay more and replace them more frequently. Let's move into kitchen and pantry staples, because these items form the foundation of home cooking and meal planning. Hunt's tomato paste in 28-ounce cans is being discontinued. If you cook with tomato paste regularly, making sauces, soups, or batch recipes, you know the larger cans deliver sauce for multiple meals at about half the price per ounce compared to small cans. And here's the thing, canned tomato paste stays fresh for years. We're talking about 3 to 5 years in proper storage. Buying a year's supply now is a complete no-brainer. Duke's mayonnaise in the 32-ounce jar is a regional favorite, especially across the South. It's known for classic flavor and superior ingredients, and the largest jar offers the best value by far. As Walmart drops this size, particularly in southern locations, expect higher prices and limited availability. Unopened jars keep for months past the best buy date, and you can even freeze mayonnaise if needed, though the texture changes slightly. For Duke's loyalists, this is your warning to stock up. Hidden Valley Ranch in 52-ounce bottles is another casualty. The biggest bottles are on their way out, which means the per-ounce cost will jump 61%. Let that sink in, 61%. Ranch is one of America's most popular condiments and dressings. Unopened, it stays fresh well beyond its best-by date. And yes, you can freeze it if you need to extend storage even further. Even small savings add up fast for families who go through a bottle every couple of weeks. Now let's talk about coffee, because this hits different when you realize how much Americans consume. Folgers Classic Roast in the 51-ounce container is being eliminated. Coffee drinkers are facing a double hit. Global prices are rising anyway, and now Walmart is dropping the largest, most cost-effective container. Bulk ground coffee keeps fresh for 2 years when sealed. Buying now beats waiting for smaller, pricier replacements. The value and price stability are worth every penny. Maxwell House coffee in the 170-ounce canister is an even bigger loss. This is a morning necessity for 70% of American homes. The per-ounce cost of the large canister is dramatically lower than small containers, and coffee keeps fresh for 2 years if properly sealed. Waiting until this size disappears means paying triple the cost. That's not an exaggeration, triple. Cheerios family size in the 20-ounce box is being phased out. Bulk cereal is a staple for busy families, especially those with kids. The per-ounce cost on smaller boxes jumps considerably, and sealed cereal stays fresh for up to 8 months. If your household goes through cereal regularly, the math here is simple. Here's an ironic twist. Great value bacon in the 3-pound package is getting...
Yes, Walmart is cutting their own bulk bacon, leaving only 1-pound packs. The 3-pound package offers 20% savings and freezes perfectly. It's a must-have for meal planners and families who value versatility in cooking. Now let's cover cleaning and multi-purpose items, because these products serve double duty in both everyday use and emergency preparedness. Clorox bleach in the 121-ounce bottle is disappearing. Bleach is a household staple and an emergency essential. Large bottles aren't just economical, they're vital for cleaning, disinfecting, and even emergency water purification. Now, bleach does lose potency after about a year, so you don't want to go overboard, but having a well-planned stock means you always have enough on hand, even in crisis situations. Lysol disinfectant spray in the 19-ounce can is being cut. We all remember how disinfectant spray became gold during recent health scares. The large can is about to vanish, and smaller cans cost 31% more per ounce. But here's the good news. Lysol remains effective for years if stored properly in a cool, dry place. Stocking up now is prudent for any household that values cleanliness and preparedness. Cascade dishwasher detergent in the 115-count container delivers clear per-unit savings compared to smaller packages. As Walmart moves to smaller counts, costs rise across the board. The bulk containers stay good for years if kept sealed, making right now the perfect time to plan ahead. Arm & Hammer baking soda in the 13-pound bag is more than just a baking ingredient. It's invaluable for cleaning, deodorizing, neutralizing odors, and even emergency water treatment. The bulk bag lasts indefinitely if kept dry, which makes it perfect for both everyday use and long-term preparedness. This is one of those items where having extra on hand never hurts. And here's a surprise, Kirkland signature products. Some Walmart stores have quietly carried select Kirkland items, mostly in clearance aisles thanks to an unofficial distributor relationship. That's ending as Walmart cracks down on anything that directly competes with great value. If you spot Kirkland snaps, nuts, or other products at your Walmart, snap them up. This is your last chance. So what do you do with this information? How do you actually prepare for these changes and protect your household budget? Let's break down a practical action plan. First, you need to assess your household consumption. This isn't about guessing, it's about actually tracking what you use. For the next week or two, pay attention to how quickly you go through key products: cleaning supplies, paper goods, pantry staples, laundry items. How many loads of laundry do you do per week? How many rolls of toilet paper does your household use per month? How often do you replace paper towels? Once you know your consumption patterns, you can calculate realistic needs without over-purchasing. Here's a simple formula. Take your weekly usage, multiply by 52 to get your annual consumption, then decide if you want a 1-year or 2-year supply. For most people, a 1 to 2-year supply of these staples is the sweet spot. It gives you significant savings and protection against price increases without tying up too much money or storage space. Now let's talk about strategic stockpiling. The good news is that most of these discontinued bulk items are shelf-stable, non-perishable, and easy to store. Paper goods like toilet paper and paper towels need dry, cool storage, and they'll stay perfect indefinitely. A basement, garage, or even under bed storage works great. Stack them efficiently, and they take up less space than you'd think. Cleaning supplies like bleach, Lysol, and detergent should be kept in sealed containers in dark, cool places for maximum longevity. Avoid storing them near heat sources or in direct sunlight, as this can degrade the products faster. A utility closet, basement shelf, or dedicated storage area works perfectly. Food staples like coffee, tomato paste, and condiments do best in pantry or basement storage. Many of these items can even be frozen if you want to extend their life further. Coffee stays fresh longer in the freezer. Condiments like mayonnaise and ranch can be frozen, though you'll want to stir them well after thawing. The key is keeping everything sealed until you're ready to use it, and rotating your stock so you always use the oldest items first. Here's what you need to remember. Only stock up on what your household will realistically use in 1 to 2 years. Overpurchasing wastes money and storage space, but underpurchasing means you'll be stuck paying 75% more for the same products next year. Let's do some actual math on savings, because this is where the financial impact becomes crystal clear. Let's say you're a family of 4 with typical consumption patterns. If you stock up on bulk paper towels, toilet paper, laundry detergent, trash bags, and a few pantry staples, you're looking at an initial outlay of maybe $500 to $800. That sounds like a lot up front, right? But here's the reality. Those same products, purchased in smaller packages over the next 2 years, would cost you somewhere between $1,200 and $1,500. That's a savings of $400 to $700, which is a 50 to 80% return on your money. Where else can you get that kind of guaranteed return? You can't. This isn't investing in stocks or crypto with uncertain outcomes. This is locking in known savings on products you absolutely will use. And that's just a conservative estimate for one household. If you're more strategic, hitting clearance sales, using coupons, buying during promotions, you can increase those savings even more. Before these discontinuations fully hit in March 2026, pay close attention to clearance aisles and online retailer sales. Some stores will discount bulk items to speed up inventory turnover, especially with Kirkland products and name. This is where you can really maximize value. A clearance price on a bulk item that's already cheaper than small packages? That's the jackpot. Also, monitor online marketplaces. Amazon, Walmart's own website, and other retailers sometimes run flash sales or bulk deals. Set up price alerts if you can. The goal is to catch these items at their lowest price point before demand spikes. Because here's what's going to happen. As word spreads about these discontinuations, demand for bulk sizes will surge. Basic economics tells us that when demand outpaces supply, prices rise. We saw this with toilet paper in 2020. We saw it with baby formula in 2022. History shows us exactly how this plays out. The people who prepare early get the value. The people who wait end up paying premium prices, if they can find the products at all. Proper storage is crucial for making this strategy work long term. Keep all products sealed until you're ready to use them. This preserves freshness and potency. Store items in cool, dry, dark areas whenever possible. Heat, light, and moisture are the enemies of long-term storage. For food items, practice rotation. Use the oldest stock first and replenish from the back. This is the same principle grocery stores use, and it works. For freezer items like bacon, separate and portion them before freezing. This makes thawing easier and prevents waste. Label everything with purchase dates if you're storing large quantities. This helps with rotation and gives you peace of mind that you're using items within their optimal time frame. Now, when these bulk sizes disappear, don't assume you're stuck. Check other retailers like Target, Costco, and Amazon for lingering bulk options. Costco, in particular, built their entire business model around bulk sales, so they're less likely to cut these sizes quickly. But be aware, as demand shifts to these retailers, their prices will rise too. It's simple supply and demand. The smartest move is diversifying where you shop. Don't rely solely on Walmart or solely on Costco. Keep an eye on multiple retailers and buy opportunistically when you see good deals. Here's the bigger picture you need to understand. What's happening at Walmart isn't isolated. This is a preview of industry-wide changes that prioritize retailer profit over consumer value. Once Walmart makes this move and it proves profitable, which it will because they've done the math, other major retailers will follow suit. Target, Kroger, regional chains, they'll all look at Walmart's increased margins and think we should do that too.
The transition away from bulk packaging will have ripple effects on household budgets across the entire country. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how retailers approach inventory, shelf space, and customer value, and most shoppers have no idea it's coming. Think back to the supply chain crisis of 2020 and 2021. Remember the empty shelves, the panic buying, the shortages of basic items? One of the key lessons from that period was the importance of having a buffer at home. Households that had stocked up on essentials before the crisis hit were insulated from the chaos. They didn't have to fight crowds or pay inflated prices. They simply used what they already had. Losing bulk options means fewer households will have that buffer in the future. When the next disruption comes, and history tells us there will be a next time, people will be even more vulnerable because they won't have been able to buy in bulk when times were stable. This is about more than just saving money, though. The financial benefits are substantial. It's about resilience. It's about not being at the mercy of supply chain disruptions, price spikes, or inventory decisions made by corporate executives who've never met you and don't know your family's needs. The shift toward private label dominance is worth paying attention to as well. Walmart's elimination of direct competitors like Kirkland or even their own 3-pound Great Value bacon signals a strategic focus on boosting private label sales at the expense of variety and value. For consumers who are loyal to particular brands or who simply want the best price per unit regardless of brand, choices are shrinking. Private labels aren't inherently bad. Great Value has some solid products. But when a retailer eliminates competition and forces you into their house brand, you lose negotiating power. You lose the ability to compare and choose based on value. And that's exactly the position Walmart wants you in. So here's your action plan summarized. Track your consumption, calculate what you need for 1 to 2 years, and start buying bulk sizes now while they're still available. Focus on non-perishables and shelf-stable items. Store everything properly to maximize longevity. Take advantage of clearance sales and price drops. Do the math on your savings so you can see the financial impact clearly. But most importantly, recognize that this is about taking control of your household budget in an economic environment that's increasingly stacked against everyday consumers. Corporate strategies will always prioritize profit. Supply chains will always face disruptions. Prices will continue to rise. The only variable you control is your preparedness. By acting now while you have this insider knowledge that most people don't have yet, you're positioning your household to weather whatever comes next. You're locking in today's prices and today's bulk savings before they disappear in March 2026. You're building a buffer against shortages and supply problems. And you're ensuring that your family has the essentials you need without breaking the bank. The choice is yours. Act now while these bulk products are still available, or pay the price, literally, when they're gone. Your future self will thank you for the preparation you do today. If this video opened your eyes to what's really happening in the retail industry, hit that like button, subscribe to Crisis Horizon, and turn on notifications so you catch the next economic warning before it's too late. We're here to give you the information that helps you stay ahead of changes that affect your money and your home. The mainstream media won't tell you these things until it's too late to prepare, but you're here now, which means you're already ahead of the curve. Stay informed, stay prepared, and we'll see you in the